Just told I am not allowed to be comfortable. I work my ass off in a non-climate controlled warehouse and I'm specifically really sensitive to heat and I sweat easily. Last week I bought a small handheld fan so I could at least get some relief. I was just told by a supervisor they are not approved and I have to put it away. This just pisses me off so fucking much. They don't give a shit about us or how we feel, they just want to exercise their minuscule power. The thing that pisses me off the most is I just have to take it. I can't do anything. I'd love to quit just to stick it to them, but I need a job to feed myself. Fuck America and fuck this shitty work culture. Edit thought it might be relevant. The company is Goodwill. The irony of a company called Goodwill refusing their employees the most basic of human dignities is just too rich. Look for another job starting now. And once you've written confirmation that you're hired, quit that shithole with no notice. And tell them it was because of the fan. Get it approved through HR for OSHA reasons. A. You should be comfortable at work. Warehouses suck in all weather. B. What was their reason? Is it a safety issue because you're driving a forklift one-handed? A performance issue because one hand is holding a fan, or a micromanagement issue? So they rather you collapse and then get sued? Goodwill is a POS company profiting off free donations. Fuck that place. Make the manager give you a written explanation of what is and what isn't approved. Goodwill is a strictly for-profit company hiding behind the shield of benevolence. Their CEO makes millions. Pass out from heat exhaustion and get carted away by ambulance. Get note for fan or cooling device. Don't keep using the fan like this other commenter is saying. That's dumb and you'll end up fired. Spend an hour every day looking for jobs close to you. 20 minutes max that have equal or better pay until you find one. Then quit. Just pretend to fade out because of heat. Where is it in the employee handbook that employees can't use fans? Look in it. If it's not there, then bring it in. Work your wage. Overheating sucks. Is it battery operated? Like a small one that goes around your neck, or is it a desk fan using electricity? I can maybe see them forbidding electrical, but if it is battery operated, they are super $1 less. Move to Germany. We need good working people like you and won't treat you like shit. We have strong worker rights and a good social system. Apply to UPS or similar union shop. The non-profits like Goodwill are usually brutal to employees on stuff if you have warehouse experience. Go where it's appreciated. Try explaining to people that Goodwill is a bad business because I've already tried. To no avail. People insist that Goodwill is a charity that helps people with disabilities. This has been debunked many times, of course. But people still think Goodwill is a good company. There's a fan that's rechargeable and goes around your neck. It does look like headphones, but it works great for me. One, it's rechargeable so you won't be using their electric. Some companies are sticklers USB-C, and it's also pretty quiet. How will they know you're doing their bidding, not your own, unless you suffer? Fans have to be 3-prong in the factory environment for safety and made of metal. It was a whole big thing years ago when the factory tried cutting back on fans. Say you will faint otherwise and get a doctor's note. Ask why you are not being accommodated, because honestly you might legit faint otherwise. I am heat sensitive and it will happen if you're focused on a task. It can happen within seconds and fuck your entire day up. So in the future, do not work in non-air conditioned spaces. Always remember what my mother told me: it's a lot easier to warm up than it is to cool down. I'm literally going to run into a similar fight once it gets colder outside. My job is 60-40 out inside. The uniform pants are thin and fairly tight, so I won't be able to put an insulation layer under them. I've got very low BP 105-63-ish. Usually. And my extremities get painfully cold easily. I'm planning on wearing my flannel-lined jeans or Duluth fire hose pants once it gets cold. I know something is going to be said about it. And it's a battle I'm willing to fight. Fucking Goodwill. Gets all their shit for free and still treats the employees like shit. What is their mission? Help people find jobs. Why not start with your own backyard? If Goodwill said that everything we donate goes to pay employees a top wage and full benefits, I would donate a ton to them. As is. They treat the staff like crap. Pay their board members six-figure salaries. And basically act like a for-profit company by giving back jack shit to the communities they inhabit. Find another job. Plenty of places are hiring. Your skills will transfer to a Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon and many other places. Your work environment will be better too. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Sadism is built into corporate culture from the top down. The slightly better off peasants get a kick out of watching the slightly worse off peasants suffer. Try getting a doctor's note saying that you easily overheat and could be put at risk of heat stroke. Without the mini fan. If they still deny you, it is grounds for a lawsuit in many states. If you can, try to have it all on record via email too. That's horrible treatment from a horrible company. Perhaps a call to the local news station might be in order. They might do an expose on subjecting their employees to heat, which can have deadly consequences. Keep hydrated for sure and try a cooling vest under your shirt. Go to doctor and get a doctor's note and make several copies. Give one to micromanaging douchebag. One to HR. Keep one for yourself as both if those get conveniently lost after a couple days. Find a new job if possible. Report warehouse to OSHA for unsafe work environments because if you pass out at work and injure yourself due to lack of proper fans, ventilation, temperature control, etc. If you get a doctor's note, they have to let you. Have you asked them to provide industrial fans? I don't get workplaces that treat employees like children. When you get too hot, just lay on the cool concrete. If there are cameras, then a random corp employee may be alarmed at the person laying on the floor. If manager complains, then say you are doing what OSHA tells you to do when possible heat stroke stress is detected. Just use it. Call their bluff. They want to control you, but they also don't want to deal with your shit. And if they fire you, collect unemployment and move on. My parent works at Goodwill and they are the shittiest company that severely underpays their employees. Won't buy a C's for their employees and they literally have to haul shit in a warehouse that is 95 degrees. My parents' healthy has declined so quickly working there. They have hardly any overhead and don't have to pay for product. They are making such a huge profit. It's gross. Make them show you in the manual where you can't have it. If they can't show it to you, screw them. As long as your numbers don't drop, because if it, they shouldn't be able to say crap. A small fan is absolutely a reasonable accommodation. Which if you're in the United States is absolutely a thing. Get a doctor to say that you need one. They can't say no. I am glad I can be in the opposite situation. It's hot as hell in the warehouse I work in whenever it's summertime and it's fans galore. All you can drink complimentary Gatorade. And they give free ice cream on Fridays. We have had no problem keeping workers even in the hottest of days.